So Senator Tom Cotton has more on that now. Senator, good morning to you. Let's begin there. Do they have a handle on this?
No, Bill, they don't have a handle on it. I think there's conversations at Thanksgiving dinner are going to focus in part on how much more expensive the dinner was this year, how some grocery stores are having to limit purchases of turkeys and all the fixings, or how much gas costs for the drive to grandma's place. The inflation that the Democrats have unleashed in this country is large and growing larger. This bill, by spending trillions of dollars and encouraging people not to work, is only going to make it worse.
Okay, that is one topic. Dana, we got a few others now.
But we have to maximize our time with you, Senator. There's also this. The rifts amongst the Democrats are super interesting. And Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, she has thoughts that she gave to the New York Times about what she thinks the president should do. She basically said, there's an enormous amount of executive action that they're sitting on that I think is underutilized. So why are we taking this as a legislative compromise when the opportunity is so much greater, or when Biden could just do this stuff with a stroke of a pen and is just reminding us that he's choosing not to? You know, they didn't like it when President Trump ever considered executive action, but basically she wants to bypass the legislative agenda. It's difficult, and she just wants executive action, which actually probably wouldn't work.
Yeah, I think she and the Bernie Sanders wing of their party are disappointed that this bill is only going to cost $5 trillion when they wanted to spend $10 or $12 trillion. I'll point out, too, Dana, that the single biggest item in this bill is a tax break for rich homeowners in places like California, New Jersey, and New York, whose taxes are too high, taxes that the rest of the country shouldn't be subsidizing. So maybe Ms. Ocasio-Cortez and Bernie Sanders are unhappy that they just voted for tax cuts for the wealthy, which they always accuse Republicans of doing.
And topic 3 is we've been following the story of the tennis star Peng Shuahi in China, who accused a communist leader of sexual harassment and unwanted advances and all of this. And the IOC, International Olympic Committee, had a chance to speak with her yesterday on video. They haven't released the video, but they said this, that she thanked the IOC for its concern about her well-being. She explained that she's safe and well, living at her home in Beijing, but would like to have her privacy respected at this time. And that is why she prefers to spend her time with family and friends right now. Do you buy that?
No, the IOC is acting as nothing but a front man for the Chinese Communist Party. Last week, I called for a complete and total boycott of these games, partly because the Biden administration cannot assure the safety of our athletes and their coaches and staff. From ubiquitous electronic surveillance to DNA harvesting or simply hostage taking, if the Chinese Communist Party will take its own athletes and disappear them and then march them out in hostage videos like this, what will they do to our athletes? This is a regime that is committing genocide against its own people. We should not be doing anything to celebrate or honor China with these Olympics games. We can rebid them. There's probably half a dozen European nations that could host them in February if we move now.
Wow, very interesting. Keep an eye on the head of the USTA, the United States Tennis Association. He's not bending, and he wants answers. Last question. Have you followed the story about Hunter Biden that popped up over the weekend in the New York Times and elsewhere about cobalt mines in Africa dealing directly with the Chinese Communist government?
I have, Bill. It seems complicated and shady, and something that you would expect from Hunter Biden. Somehow getting into business with a Chinese company to sell a cobalt mine in Africa while his father was vice president. It's just one more controversy that we need to dig into to see what Hunter Biden was up to and whether or not he was trading on his father's power and office.
We'll see if Twitter cancels that story. Sarcasm aside, Senator, thank you for your time today.
Good to see you. Happy Thanksgiving to you as well.
Thank you.